Imagine boarding a plane, finding your seat, and realizing you won't step off again until almost an entire day has passed. Welcome to the incredible world of the longest non-stop flights in the sky today. These marathon journeys aren't just about getting from point A to point B. They're about pushing the boundaries of aviation technology and testing how far humans are willing to go for convenience. 1. Let's start with the king of the skies, Singapore to New York, JFK. Operated by Singapore Airlines, this monster flight takes about 18 hours and 40 minutes and covers an unbelievable 15,349 kilometers. It's flown on the Airbus A350-900 a plane designed specifically for these ultra-long routes with extra fuel tanks and a cabin layout focused on passenger comfort. The airline even designed special low-carb meals to help your body adjust to jet lag. And the in-flight entertainment library is massive, giving you hundreds of hours of movies and TV shows. Which is good, because you'll need something to do while you're stuck in the air for nearly 19 hours straight. 2. Just a little shorter but equally brutal is Singapore to Newark, clocking in at about 18 hours and 25 minutes over 15,343 kilometers. It's essentially the same route, landing on a different part of the New York metro area, but it still holds bragging rights as one of the longest flights in the world. Imagine watching the sunset, sleeping through the night, and then waking up to see it rise again, all while still strapped into your seat. 3. Next up is Perth to London, a 17-hour, 30-minute journey that made history as the first ever direct link between Australia and Europe. Before this route existed, travelers had to stop somewhere in Asia or the Middle East. But Qantas changed everything with their non-stop Dreamliner flight, covering nearly 14,500 kilometers in one go. For Australians heading to the UK, this wasn't just a flight. It was a revolution in travel, making the other side of the world suddenly feel much closer. 4. Then there's Dallas to Melbourne, which stretches about 17 hours and 15 minutes across the Pacific, connecting the heart of Texas with the cultural capital of Australia. Operated by Qantas with the Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner, this route is just as much about endurance as it is about distance. Picture yourself taking off in Dallas, watching hours and hours of movies, eating dinner, breakfast, and lunch, all before finally descending into Melbourne. 5. Another contender is Auckland to New York, which takes about 17 hours and 10 minutes, and covers over 14,200 kilometers. Operated by Air New Zealand, this flight is a true test of stamina for anyone heading from the land of the Kiwi to the Big Apple. For New Zealanders, it's a direct path to the financial and cultural hub of the United States, saving hours compared to routes that once required a stopover. The sheer variety of landscapes you're flying over, from the South Pacific to North America, is something few flights can match. And finally, one of the most epic journeys ever put on a commercial schedule is Doha to Auckland, lasting just over 17 hours and covering more than 14,500 kilometers. Operated by Qatar Airways, this flight connects the Middle East with the farthest reaches of Oceania, crossing multiple time zones and giving passengers a truly global experience in one sitting. Imagine boarding in the desert heat of Doha and stepping out nearly a full day later into the fresh ocean air of New Zealand. It's nothing short of surreal. What makes all of these routes possible isn't just pilot endurance, but technology. Modern aircraft like the Airbus A350 and Boeing 787 Dreamliner are engineered to be lighter, more fuel efficient, and more passenger-friendly than any jets before them. Airlines also tweak their services to make long hours in the sky just a little more bearable, from adjusting cabin lighting to mimic the natural cycle of day and night, to serving meals that are easier to digest at altitude. Yet even with these improvements, sitting for nearly 19 hours can be a challenge. Legs get stiff, sleep is elusive, and jet lag hits harder than ever. Some passengers see it as an adventure, a story to tell about surviving the world's longest flights, while others dread the thought of being confined to a seat for that long. But one thing's for sure, these marathon routes are changing the way we think about travel, shrinking the world in ways that were once thought impossible. So now the big question is, would you dare to take one of these flights, spending almost an entire day in the sky? Or does the idea sound like your worst nightmare?